Alright. We got some more Wawa content. I'm really grateful that the Wawa videos I've done on the channel have gone over so well, and you guys have asked a lot of questions. For you guys that are desiring the vintage tones and you want it from an old Wawa, this may help you out. Now I've done a video about kind of building a Wawa with some parts that are readily available for like $100. You can get some killer tones out of them, you know, using parts from Chase Tone and Dietrich Effects. Made it like a little Wawa kit with a shell, but oh wow. Guys, I want to give you a heads up. There's some sleepers out there. If you really search, you can find yourself these vintage Vox made in Italy crybabies. Much like the V846 Vox. We can open it up right now and take a look inside. Because they do sometimes go under the radar being a crybaby. Everybody wants the Vox Wah. But this is an Italian-made Wah. First of all, the shell you can see is extremely similar to the Vox V846. You'll notice one of my favorites, the iCar Potentiometer. This to me gives you such... each one is different, and it gives you such an amazing range of tone. Looking at this one, it's pretty much all original. Even the battery snap is original. You have your cool Arco caps here and here. I believe that's the cap that controls the sweep. And you know, this is a non-true bypass model. Like I said, it is solely original. Nice arrow switch. Here's your inductor. This is what you hear a lot of people talk about. You'll have the halo or trash can, stack of dimes. This is a trash can inductor because it looks like a trash can. I think I'm just going to plug this right in the way it is. Usually, I'll take the pot and I'll make an adjustment. Usually what I like to do with the pots is I like full treble. And I've done videos on adjusting the Wawa before, so I'm not going to really get into all that stuff. But these are ways to kind of get a vintage Wawa for not the Vox Clyde McCoy or Vox V846 price. These, like I said, these go under the radar, and they're extremely cool. I've had a few of these crybabies, and I got this one because I'm going to put all my old stuff away and just kind of build a board, and I'll use this vintage one. I'm sure I can make this work. But before we touch anything, we're just going to take it for a test drive and see how it sounds. I got the Wawa on the floor here. I don't know if you can see me moving, but you can hear it. All right, it's engaged. Pot isn't so scratchy, which is nice. Right there at that spot, C sharp, I'll usually test the wah for its feedback. It's probably the first time in my life I've never really had to touch a wah-wah right out of the box. Sometimes they can do something really good for your tone in the channel. This, I feel, is fattening up the tone. So the wah-wah is non-true bypass, right? So you figure it would cloud it because by the internet tells us we want true bypass. But if you listen to the clouding up. So I do notice a little bit of a volume drop, but I'm talking about the slightest. I don't know how well it's coming across in the camera, but if you're full bore, I guess we just plug right into it and try it. This is the wah-wah bypass. Plug it back in. Alright, so it's softening a little bit of the grit at the top end, but not by much. Kind of not sure what to do. Do you true bypass it? It sounds really clear. About playing at lower volume. So, okay, the one thing I want to mention is, because I noticed that the switch is adjusted I've talked about this, you know, getting the switch so you get all of that range right there. Instead of having the switch adjusted up higher where your wah is clicking on and off, say, at this point, when you adjust the switch lower and you remove these rubber feet here that are usually under here, these, you can get more range. So let's inspect the pot and see where that's adjusted at. I'm going to demonstrate how to adjust the pot, okay? Move this aside. Click the wah-wah on. Notice, see, he's pretty much there. I maybe got one more tooth out of it. So let's see if that sounds a little better. Maybe that may introduce that treble side of the wah-wah a little better. Let's see what that does. That could be cool. I think I like that too. This wah sounds amazing the way it is. So as I said, you notice it's a Vox Crybaby, Italian-made wah. So you know you're going to find a lot of the components that are in the Vox Halo wah, the script, the picture, the V846 transitional wah. Mostly I focus on the iCar pot. That's really, really great. And for the SRV stuff, I really do favor the trash can inductor more over the Halo. Some guys have their own preference, but I really like what this inductor does. Here's the other thing. The wah-wah is completely stock. Nothing is touched. Even the battery snap wires that usually get ripped out or broken are still the original ones. It's not even true bypassed, which is cool. It's also, right out of the box, set up the way I would want it. The switch, this is what I mean about adjusting the switch. In here, the switch has a nut and a washer. You just lower the switch inside the case more, so when you turn that wah on, you're getting all the travel. See, I could even go a little more with that switch if I wanted to, but I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty content with the way this one is. There's no issues as far as moving on the treadle. That's comfortable. Normally I would spray the pot out with deoxit, the iCar pot. I would use some deoxit sprayed in there, but it's not even noisy. It doesn't have any issues. This is probably one of my better scores. This can go on a pedal board and give me zero issue. I will find out if true bypassing is a thing once it starts playing with other pedals. Is it going to be a pain or is it going to work well with others? That's yet to be seen. But, man, this thing sounds really, really great. We'll take that out, though, because it's not really doing much. We'll just snap the battery in there. Nice and snug. Man. So this video is essentially for you guys that are looking for vintage wahs. You want that vintage wah-wah tone. And if you don't necessarily care about aesthetics, you just want the tone, you can find yourself an old Italian-made Crybaby. I don't really give away the secrets because then it makes it so I can't buy them. But I got this one for under 300 bucks. And yeah, man, it really performs. This is everything a Vox, Italian-made Vox V846 would have without the, without the Vox on the foot pedal part. But it's got all the components there, and yeah, it's affordable, and it has all the vintage tones because there's vintage stuff in there. This is a pretty good one. This one's going to go on the pedal board, I believe. I'm trying to put a pedal board together with like a recreated fuzz and a vintage wah, and I think this is going to work quite well. But don't sleep on these Crybabies, guys. You know, if you guys looking for vintage wah-wah tones, I can't say enough good things about these, because these Crybaby shells came with Halo inductors. They came with Clover inductors. They came with trash cans and stack of dimes. Even a TDK wah can sound great. I've done mods on those for my friend Desmond. He has a really, really good one. But yeah, we got an iCar pot, trash can inductor, Arco caps. This is a really, really good one. I'm really, really surprised and shocked. So for the short dollar, don't overlook the Crybabies just because they don't say Vox on them. You can find them. Just look for the ones that are made in Italy. You'll notice a trend with the Genoise, Jen. Those were made in Italy. Those have a lot of these components. There's quite a few of them out there. So just you got to look at every single one, and everyone's going to give you a different story. It's going to sound differently, and it's going to create its own picture. No pun. But yeah, check these out, guys. We'll talk soon. Peace.